How do I measure psychological safety? For me, data is everything. Data is king. Data, data, data. Simple surveys, data collection. You really need to be able to understand and baseline the level of psychological safety within your team and begin to act on that data. Secondly is retrospective. That gives you immediate feedback about what needs to be improved and where the areas of improvement should come from. Some of the sample questions that you can use for your survey are your mistakes held against you? Do you feel free as a team member to bring up problems? Do you feel isolated? Do you feel safe to take risks? Do you find it difficult to ask team members for help? These are all sample questions that can easily be run. SurveyMonkey, whatever survey system you have, even just normal Microsoft Word or anything, you can quickly knock that up and do a quick test on your team. Common indicators of poor psychological safety within an organization are your executives always dominating discussions? Feedback not frequently given or requested. That's a horrible thing where you're not able to actually express and give feedback on anything at all. Team members don't ask questions during meeting. This is quite common and very symptomatic of environments that are not safe. Team members don't feel comfortable owning up to mistakes, and there's a big blame culture. Teams unable to challenge the status quo, which I have mentioned so many times, is a terrible thing. And the impact of the presence of psychological safety, increased revenue, where there is freedom of expression, where you are able to be innovative, you would find out that those companies have increased revenue. You're able to adapt quickly to change, you're able to respond and flexibly to customer demands and all the wonderful things that come with transformations. Look at Google, for example. Increase creativity and innovation. Creativity is king and innovation is king. You're able to research, you're able to understand what the market competitions are doing and be able to respond to it. Look at Apple, Google, Apple versus Samsung and all the wonderful phones that come out every other day. Build high performing team, which is really important, and there is a low staff turnover. When people say safe, they are able to stay in the organization. Leadership, this is really important. They need to invest time, money, and effort. Leadership needs to be that change agent. They need to be willing to give and they need to be able to receive feedback. They need to be transparent and the willingness to be transparent as well. And also they need to challenge their biases, which is really important because there's no point in saying you're trying to promote psychological safety, but yet you are going into meetings with biases. How do you promote psychological safety within your organization? One is to engage with independent professionals. Sometimes leaders are too close to the situation and cannot solve the issues themselves. So my advice, or one of my recommendations, is to engage professionals who are able to understand what these problems are. They are able to identify solutions and help the leaders implement these good practices and give them ongoing support. Build psychological safety into your corporate objectives. It brings it to the forefront of the conversation. Build it into your work practices. Make it a conversation. Put it at the forefront of your agenda. Promote learning and development. And help your team find their voice. Thank you very much. This is the end of my presentation. Do you have any questions?